we've just set off from the Prague plus Prague hostel, just getting fuel. Unfortunately, we've already been shafted. Basically, the price wasn't as Fuelo said it would be, so we're now paying $38.50, which is equivalent to like £1.31, so that's quite a bad result, unfortunately. So you've got to be very careful with these sort of price checking apps and sites, because a lot of the time they're not correct, and they've been user submitted, or you know, we've gone a bit out of our way here, which is really annoying, because this was the one that showed up as like 35. We've gone quite far out of our way to fill up, and it's a pain to fill up, and we've got to fill up by quite a bit. But actually, yeah, we've been done over really. And also another thing you have to be careful of is, I think this is the black one is the one I'm using. I think that's the one that's cheaper, but it's kind of like a bit, well, which one is which? I'm guessing black is fine because that's the usual colour, so it probably is a little bit more obvious here. But I know in Hungary and places they try and confuse you a little bit with the colours and the, you know, and the pumps, so that you think that you're getting the cheap diesel when actually you're getting the more expensive diesel. So you'll be very careful. This is one that's come out at the price that we're expecting it to, but yeah, I mean, it's not so hard with unleaded because it kind of says 100 or 95, so you sort of know where you are with that. But yeah, we've got to fill up quite a bit, unfortunately. We've got a bit of a weird noise with the car as well, sort of air noise on the left hand side from the front. No idea why. Sort of seemed to be doing it as we arrived into Prague. We don't really know when it started, but it's been driving fine, so we don't know what the upshot is yet. But it's hard. This seems to be one of those pumps that's quite hard to fill as well, so they're charging more, and we've got to put a lot more pressure on as well, so I'm going to switch hands, I think. So I'm struggling to get this to fill using my kind of normal grip, because obviously we've got the problem with the pump, where if I pull it too hard it will just click off. But it is what it is. We've got to fill up, and we're just going to have to pay the piper really. But yeah, be really careful, because you know, there are places that are cheap. What you need to try and do, I think, is try and find out what the cheap brands are. So if we were in like Romania, we would know to go to like a Petrom, because they tend to be the cheapest station. I thought Orlen was a good bet, but unfortunately it's not. And sometimes they do vary the prices as well, so maybe in the rush hour morning traffic they might up the price a bit, so you have to be a bit careful. And yeah, it looks like we've just sort of shafted ourselves a bit by trusting Fuelo. So yeah, you just need to be a bit careful. Yeah, they're not very accurate, so yeah, just be careful with it really. Right, I'm going to get this filled up, and then we're going to get on the road and head for the German border. just stopped at a garage there because we've got a kind of noise that you may even be able to pick up in the camera, which is just down, sort of like, feels like it's down to the left. We don't know what the noise is, just like kind of a, well, I don't know, whirring noise. I don't know what you call it. And it's not really a whistling noise, it's kind of like not really high pitched. Don't really know what it is. I opened up the bonnet, I can't see anything that obvious. I think it's only when we accelerate. So I don't know really. We're just going to have to carry on. Everything else seems normal. So I don't know. We'll probably find out on the way what it is. I mean, touch wood, we won't. Well, we want to know, but hopefully it's nothing. But yeah, not sure whether it's to do with the whole EGR stuff, where we've been having like weird warnings for that stuff. We've had the drivetrain error this morning, but then we do get that occasionally, and it kind of always seems to happen roughly when you expect it. So it was certainly making that noise before then. So let's see. We're heading on the motorway. We're just really leaving Prague now. Traffic's relatively busy, but not too bad. Thursday morning, around about 10 o'clock now. So he's saying that we'll arrive in Hanover around 20 past 3, but of course we will be stopping, I'm sure, for something to eat throughout the day. So doubt we will get there at that time, but we need to be in Hanover before 6:30, I think, because that's when the ATU closes, and we need to pick up some chocks for the ferry, because of course our part brake has failed. It failed before we left, so we need to stick some chocks under the car when we're on the ferry. It probably would have been fine, but again, it's belt and braces. So yeah, we've ordered them. They should be available to pick up when we get there, so let's hope that all being well, this is probably going to be the last chance that we have to find some. So we kind of left it to the last minute. I mean, we did have intelligence that maybe, you know, somebody suggested that there might be some in Hungary, in an Ocean, but we decided not to take the risk on that, just because you know, it was a kind of guess that it might be there. They have a big camping section, so we didn't really want to. We decided that we needed to get to the place we were going more than we needed to get those particular chocks, because obviously we didn't know what those ones would be, whether they were for cars or not. But the ones that we're picking up should be pretty heavy duty, and they're from a shop in Germany, from ATU, so which is kind of like a sort of Halfords-ish equivalent. So we're going to give it a go. We're going to head on, and hopefully we get there all okay, touch wood that we do, and that we can get hold of these chocks and then head to the hotel in the centre of Hanover. We're just crossing into Germany now. We've just been through a very weird little village, which seems to have loads of stuff for sale. And there was a plane that we think might have been a restaurant. We're not sure. It looked quite cool though. We're just heading through the border now. I don't know why we kind of got diverted off the motorway, and I don't know why. Now it seems to be stopped. I hope it isn't an annoying border, but we are absolutely stopped now. Might just be a traffic lights thing, I don't know. But anyway, it didn't look like there was any kind of real border here. I think we're already in Germany, I think. Oh yeah, there is police there. I don't know what they're doing. Don't seem to be doing anything much. But yeah, just heading through. They're just checking the odd car, I think. There's someone there being checked, wasn't it? Again, looking for migrants, I think. Probably that sort of thing. So probably pulling over anybody who looks a bit migrant-y. Then checking was not good, but who knows? What's the criteria for who gets pulled over? I don't know. Seen them checking a passport then. Wasn't really expecting there to be any kind of border there, really. But yeah, still the car's a bit noisy. Don't know what it is. Sort of a loud, airy sound. I don't know. But we seem to be going on fine, so no idea. Sounds louder now, doesn't it, Rich? When you say?
I thought it sounded quieter.
Oh, that's louder. Definitely.
Maybe it's my ears.
It sounds more like it's underneath me now. Anyway, we're carrying on. Don't know why we took off that way rather than just carrying on the motorway. I'm guessing the motorway would have just gone through. Or maybe it's to do with the border. Maybe cars are diverted off to be checked through there. I don't know. And lorries are allowed to carry on. We weren't really diverted off by police though. We were diverted off by the sat-nav. So it doesn't make any sense unless the border's quieter. Yeah, Rach, maybe you could zoom out on the map and see if there's red around wherever the motorway border was. Maybe it was to do with that. That's what I'm betting. Yeah, there's been these sort of unofficial borders now when you kind of cross from say Austria into Germany, or obviously we didn't realise, but Czech Republic into Germany as well. They've just got these sort of little borders here, there and everywhere where they're kind of, not full borders where they're checking everybody, but they can just randomly stop people and check, I suppose. But yeah, we're in Germany now, and I guess we're trying to find the motorway to rejoin it and head on towards Dresden, I guess, and then ultimately Hanover. Not sure which route we're being taken, but I think it's the kind of northern route. But yeah, I think we're going to go up past Dresden and then Magdeburg or somewhere I think, and then up towards Hanover. McDonald's again on the way to Hanover. The kids are excited, but I'm a bit disappointed because I really wanted to get like a schnitzel with mushroom sauce, and we stupidly stopped at the place where they would have had it probably, and they also had a McDonald's there, but we kind of thought it looked a bit small and stupidly carried on, and then we couldn't find any other place that probably would have done it. So it's a bit disappointing, but the kids are quite excited because they love McDonald's and they love McNuggets and all that. And there is a playground, so you got kids playground, which is pretty good. So weather's a bit rubbish today, a bit cloudy, certainly back in the west now. It's been lovely and sunny all of our trip up until here really. Even in Prague yesterday it was really hot and sunny. It's not cold, it's about 25 degrees, 24 degrees, but definitely getting back to the kind of cloudy weather that we're used to in the UK. But we're going to try and be positive. Hopefully Hanover will be alright. But yeah, the east of Europe definitely has much better weather than the west. And this sort of proves it a little bit. What do you reckon, Rach? You looking forward to McDonald's? We've got a McRib, so Chloe, you looking forward to it? You looking forward to your 1000th McDonald's? It's good, isn't it? Yeah, it is good for kids, to be honest with you. A lot of restaurants are rubbish compared to McDonald's for dealing with kids, aren't they? Emily, you looking forward to it?
Yeah.
And nuggets, yeah, you excited? You're going to play in the park for 5 seconds?
Yeah.
You good? Yeah.
Dad.
Yeah, so we're getting a McRib, which you don't get in the UK actually anymore, so that's pretty good. So it's a bit like a pork burger, I think. Is it pork? It's like a pork burger with like, yeah, it's a McRib, look it up. It's pretty good, we like them. They're kind of like red, you know, like almost like fluorescent red with like a sauce. It's kind of like a Chinese pork rib type thing, but there's no bones or anything. So we're looking forward to that. But yeah, the weather's a little bit, I don't know, it's sunny cloudy, so it's not bad actually. To be fair, at least we're not sweltering like we were in the hotter temperatures. But yeah, we're back in sort of the western part of Europe now, I think, and it won't be long before we're in Hanover. We've only got like probably like an hour or two left on the drive. We've got to pick up our wheel chocks for the ferry, and then we're going to go to the hotel, which is somewhere in like the middle of Emily just lost the food ticket, so we can't have any dinner now, unfortunately. She just let it blow away. It's a bit windy, so Rachel's going to see if she can get it.
Please give my mommy, please.
Hopefully they would just give it to us anyway without the receipt, but who's to say? No, Emily, you can't be trusted with things. Anyway, yeah, so we're waiting for dinner, should be good. And then we're going to be cracking on, and a couple more hours to go and find out what the parking's like at the hotel. Because we did do a bit of research, and it looks like it's like a multi-storey car park with underground parking and stuff, but it's not part of the hotel, so we think we know where it is, but we're going to try and work that out. Anyway, let's have some dinner. Actually enjoyed that. Had a McRib, and actually the Coke is really good. I got a Coke and it's like got popcorn flavour in it. It's really like quite nice actually. Don't know why we don't have that in the UK. It's really good. Rach, what did you think of it? Good? The popcorn. No, you haven't had the McRib, but the McRib is what you've had before. But the popcorn Coke is pretty good, isn't it? They did have a passion fruit version, but I don't know. The popcorn seemed like the right decision. It turns out Chloe's liking her chips. Unfortunately, Emily has a Capri Sun, which is what you had to have as sort of the free drink option with the kids meal. And I was just thinking, like, if there were like awards for like really poor design but very successful, Capri Sun must be up there, mustn't it? Must be one of those designs that they can't get rid of it, as in I bet the company doesn't really want it, but they're like, oh no, a cup would be much better. But because it's so successful, they've got to keep making them. But they're absolutely terrible, aren't they? Every kid will squeeze it and just spill it everywhere all over. Nightmare to get the straw in. The straws kind of like totally go wrong. Hard to get the last bits out. Yeah, it is one of the worst designs in the world, but it's so iconic that it's stayed. I just was thinking, like, I wonder what other kind of really poor designs there are.
I used to love it.
Yeah, I think they taste really nice. They're really good, but I think they're like just the worst design. Like, you know, you'd never choose that as a design, would you? But because it's successful, for I don't know why. I mean, a bottle would be better. I'm guessing it's so they can fit less in it, but make it look like it's better, so kids go, "Oh, this is brilliant. It's better than having a cup." I don't know, but they're really useless. They spill it all over themselves. But yeah, they're really successful. It's quite a strange thing, really. Nice view of the motorway out there, just behind the trees. It's quite nice. It's perked up. It's a bit sunnier now. I've gotten over the fact that I'm not going to be having a schnitzel, and I'm looking forward to the future where I might have a schnitzel again. But what can you do? You know, we made a mistake. We carried on. We were being greedy. We saw a small place and thought, oh, that won't be very good, and we just got back in the car. Well, we didn't actually. We just drove straight on, and we shouldn't have done. We should have stopped, gave them a chance. We should have let them prove us wrong. That a small place could have like a decent schnitzel and had a McDonald's there. So the kids could have had a Happy Meal and I could have had a schnitzel. But anyway, because we were silly and we just thought, no, there'll be a better one further down the road, we carried on, but paid a price. But I do like McRibs, so I've enjoyed that. I've actually enjoyed it. Unfortunately, the park is of a very poor design, so you can't. I mean, Chloe's not going to be able to get up there to get to the slide. So it's like a climbing frame and a slide combined. But if you're a kid that can't use climbing frames very well, which both of these kids are, they're probably not going to be able to get up to the slide. But it looks cool. It's just, why not make it a bit easier for smaller kids to get up there as well? Because I think they would happily go down the slide. Anyway, it is what it is. But it's pretty good. There's other kids that have been up and down it, but yeah, actually the temperature and stuff, it's not too bad, is it? Oh, this is a McRib that Rachel's eating, and you can see that the sauce just goes everywhere on these. I'm wondering if that's why they don't do them in the UK anymore, but they are pretty good. We do like them despite them being full of sauce and stuff. It's like a kind of barbecue sauce, isn't it?
It's like a puzzle trying to eat it.
Yeah, it's like a puzzle, yeah. But it's yeah, we really like them. But it's a shame they don't do them in the UK. They did them once for like a short period, and now they don't seem to do them anymore. But you know, hopefully one day they'll come back. Anyway, we're just gonna finish up eating dinner. Chloe's gonna get herself trapped in a climbing frame, and then we're going to head on the road towards Hanover. Okay, so we've had to stop. The oil minimum light has come on, or the message should I say. We were kind of expecting it. I was surprised it hadn't happened already, to be honest with you. We're well versed in doing it. We had the same issue with our previous X5 as well. Not sure if it's something about X5s or just in general that, you know, we've got problems with oil. I don't know. Yeah, it's not a big issue. In fact, I do have some toilet paper here actually, which I put in here. I was going to use a yellow jacket to kind of do it, but I'll use this. Yeah, so we bought like 3 litres of oil and brought it with us just in case, really, because obviously oil would be more expensive on the road. So what I'm going to do, if I just show you here, the engine is still, actually it has been turned off, I think. Just check and it's turned off. Yeah, it's all turned off, so we don't need to worry. I think it's just the engine is getting quite hot, and I think the fan is running, so I don't know if that's a good thing or not, really. Probably not. But I mean, we are on a motorway going pretty fast, so probably is the case. Anyway, so I'm going to put some oil in. It's basically stick a litre in. I'm pretty sure this is just 1 whole litre, yeah. So it's actually quite easy to work it out. So you just open it, and this is like Kaufland's special oil. Not the highest quality probably. I reckon a lot of these oils are all the same, really. So let's have a look. We've got a funnel there, and we should just be able to chuck a litre of it in. Hopefully it will go in pretty easily. Make sure that it does. So yeah, we had this before, but this one does seem to need oil more often. Someone said that if your DPF's not great, it might burn more oil, you know, EGR, DPF, all that kind of stuff, which is what we suspect is going on based on warnings we've had. Well, no, you get a kind of drivetrain warning, but it doesn't really explain what the issue is. But when you look at the codes, we get stuff to do with coolant, temperatures, EGR, all that kind of stuff, and it looks like it's to do with that. So let's try and get all that oil in there. But yeah, so we had this with our E70 and got it again with this F15, and don't forget it was the cheapest F15 in the UK, so you kind of would expect these problems. We stuck like some nice black grills on it because when we were looking at something else on the car, I ended up damaging the grill, and so we got some nice black ones which got sent over from the UK. I actually found that the previous people had kind of, you know, stuck the old grill on anyway. It wasn't properly on, so yeah. Anyway, we'll get the oil in there. I think that should do it. But yeah, we think every 2,500 kilometers it's asking for oil for another litre, and we're sort of the fan's just gone off as well, so it just needs cooling down. I mean, it's a big long journey, and yeah, we're not really sure what the issue is, but when I've read on forums, some people did suggest that this model does drink that much oil, so you know, that seems quite normal, but I don't know. But we've come all the way from Bulgaria without, you know, and obviously we topped it up before, you know, way before we left. We sort of maybe a week or two before we left. So, well, no, it was before we went on holiday. So it was a good 3 weeks to a month before we did the trip. So I think it's not too bad, actually. I think we've done quite a long bit of driving with it. Need to find where this goes. yeah, I think we've done quite a long bit of driving. It's upside down, but that's fine. Yeah, so I think we've done quite a bit really, and just going to chuck this in the bin. But yeah, we kept some oil in the car just because we thought that this, well, we knew this would happen, so it was worth doing. There we go. Yeah, we needed to have oil in the car really, because it sort of happened to us by surprise on the way over. So when we drove this over from the UK, it happened to us then, and we were kind of a bit more shocked by it because we'd had the car not long or anything like that. I mean, we bought it very quick before, but we kind of like, yeah, we were a bit shocked when it was an oil issue. But I mean, well, not really shocked because obviously we knew it was the cheapest car, but yeah, just gonna try and clean up the funnel. Just stick a thing down there, just stick a bit of toilet paper, clean it through, and then we'll be on our way. If I can get it through. Getting a bit jammed there. Right, so it's definitely struggling to go through. Just trying to avoid having lots of oil kind of building up in the car. It's all the stuff, all the clothes and everything are in there, so don't really want it to kind of full of oil. So just giving it a bit of a clean. I think that's probably okay. But yeah, so you know, we're not surprised that we had the oil warning. We were expecting it. We have been topping it up sort of throughout the summer, so it's not an unusual thing. So it's not the first time we've done it, anything like that. So yeah, just sticking that back in there. So we've got it. I mean, I do not predict that we'll get that again. I'm wondering if we won't get it before the UK actually. I have to check the camera's still running. We've got our filming camera. Yeah, the light's still flashing on that. I just saw the light. So we've got our filming camera up on the top. So that's how we kind of record the road that we're traveling along. Right, I think we're good. I think we can head on now. But yeah, so we do get that every so often. We think it's about 2,500 kilometers, but it might be to do with how you're driving. So if you're driving on faster roads, maybe you're getting more sort of you know, you're getting more oil burn. But yeah, gonna crack on now and head on the road. so we made it to Hannover Germany to the ATU place, which is here. And we have got the chocks now, and they are not what I was expecting actually. So this is one of them. I've got 4 that are identical. They're kind of like plastic, which I thought they were going to be like sort of you know, I thought they were going to be rubber, but it doesn't. I don't know if it matters particularly. It says 800 kilograms wheel load, so I'm guessing that's fine. It's got some sort of, it says with carrier. So anyway, that looks like what we've got. So so yeah, so I think we should be all right. But yeah, we were expecting them to be kind of rubber really, but they're plastic, so not sure if that will work. But we've got until, I suppose, Saturday to have a think about it, because we can always come back and sort of change them, I suppose. But anyway, I'm going to stick them in the boot, and we're going to crack on and try and find this hotel, because we need to get there and get the car parked up and checked in. We have arrived at the Novotel Suites in Hanover, and yeah, it's pretty good actually. We've got like a sort of quite large room. If I just rotate, you can sort of see that there is a single bed over here, which has got like a desk by it. So that's pretty good. So I'm guessing if you were working, it'd be like absolutely a brilliant place to work, I think, with plenty of plug sockets there. And I think even connections for the internet, so that's pretty good. There is a like kind of microwave. There is a fridge. They gave us some like water. I don't think you pay for that. I think it was just in the fridge. We've stuck our UHT milk in there. Is the fridge all working, Rach? Feels cold. I don't know if it's on or not. The water's cold, so yeah, that makes sense. So it's pretty good. Got a microwave there if you need that. We probably won't use that. It's pretty good though. And there's a tap, like a little mini sink with a kettle. There is a big double bed, which is quite wide. There was like a little small bed as well, like an additional bed, I think, that you could kind of pull out, which is pretty cool. So I don't know how far that goes out. Right, are you able to pull it out further? See if it goes any further than that. It goes pretty far. So yeah, that's about as far as it goes. It's pretty good. It goes under the table, so I expect you'd hit your head if you got up quickly. But yeah, additional bed if you need one, which is pretty cool. You know, but we'll be fine with this because Emily will sleep in that bed. Chloe will go in the middle with us over here. That should be fine. It's got TV. We've got the Fire Stick up and running. Blackadder playing on it. That was like, you know, through the hotel Wi-Fi. So Wi-Fi seems good so far. There is a bathroom. So you got like a proper bath here. Get a mirror, of course. You get like a quite sort of stylish looking sink. There are some body lotions and hand wash and stuff that you get. Some you get like a hairdryer, some sort of paper towels there. All the toiletry stuff apart from that was ours. You get a couple of towels there. There is shower gel and shampoo by the bath. The bath looks pretty decent to me. So if I just sort of show you, it's quite a reasonable sized bath, I'd say, not bad. With a shower on it. You also get a shower cubicle, which has like a proper shower in there. You know, it all looks kind of fine. It's got shower gel and shampoo in there again, so that's pretty good. I tend to use those when they have them on offer. And some sort of little thing under the basin as well to put extra towels. And a towel to stand on. It's kind of weird. It's like kind of, it's got these kind of weird doors which aren't very privacy based because they've got like kind of a gap, so you could definitely sneak in. So if you've got sort of older kids and you're in there sort of wanting to have privacy, you're not going to have that. Don't know why that doesn't open. That looks like it's just for the hotel. They've got a safe. And I think, oh yeah, it's a place you can stick your shoes, which Rachel has.
Oh, I don't know where to stick shoes. It's just Chloe's
well, it looks like it.
shoes.
Yeah, oh yeah, Chloe grabs all the shoes, that's why we do it. So like a hanger area, so you can hang your sort of coats and shirts up there, which is pretty good. Another place for shoes up here. Don't really have to put them up there. A light above the desk if you're working, pretty good. A bin, which looks like a decent sized bin as well, because usually in these hotels are a bit of a pain for bins. And around the corner we've got another place to hang clothes and coats, and also the toilet, which includes a toilet with a decent flush. Actually, that was really decent. I checked that out. And then you've got a mirror with a hand basin, so you can just kind of wash your hands or whatever there. Another bin in here as well. They've got an extra bin. It came with 2 toilet rolls, so pretty good. Hand wash in here as well. And yeah, it's an additional mirror as well, so that you can sort of use that if somebody else was using the bathroom mirror and it's steamed up or whatever. So that's an additional one. There is a thermostat. I haven't tried it out yet. Let's just see. We could set that down. So let's see if there's cold air coming out of it. Trouble is you can't be 100. Oh, that turns off all the lights. Yeah, it's kind of like a master light switch there, so you can turn things on and off. Let's see if there's cold air coming out. I think it's up here. So I think it's up this area here. Feels like cold air coming out to me. I can feel cold air coming out of that, definitely. The only thing is we have had that before where you think it's coming out, but actually it's not enough to kind of deal with the temperature. But it's not particularly hot. It was about 26 degrees outside or something, so we're not as hot as Prague. And there was absolutely no air conditioning there. We just had a ceiling fan, so where we've just come from was pretty hot, so this is going to feel like paradise, I think. You get a telephone, obviously you can call down reception, get wake up calls, all that kind of stuff. And there's something else. Oh, there's dividers. So there's a divider, a bit weird, but don't really work if you ask me. I think there's multiple. So I think if you pulled all the different ones out, hang on Emily, it's not a game. I think if you pulled multiple dividers out, you could basically, there's 3, so you could create like a barrier. Not sure what would happen if you're sleeping in the middle bed, which would be a bit, go across here if you were asleep there. No, I know that, but I'm just saying it's sort of thought out, but not. Anyway, it doesn't seem to be one of those places where you stick a card in anywhere. So there's no like door card things that you put in, or, you know, to keep the power going. So it doesn't have any of that. So that's sort of good because, yeah, basically the power's on all the time. So if you wanted to leave the air conditioning on, if, you know, not saying you should, but you can. And what have we got outside as a view? Somewhat open the window. Yeah, so we just got a view of like the city area. And then I think there's a train station down that way. So we're like on the side of the house, side of the hotel. We came from down that direction. The reception's kind of down that way by the train station, and the parking was down towards the left. So there's that kind of big parking garage down towards the left there. So yeah, and the parking is not the hotel's own parking. It's like a kind of Kaufland place. You'll see it because it'll say Runderstrasse Kaufland. So parking there, and if you search for that on SatNav, that should be what comes up. So look for the Kaufland parking. We parked the car in there, and it looks like you don't get a ticket. It looks like you just put in your number plate when you leave, and then you pay whatever they ask you to pay, I guess, which we haven't done yet because we haven't left. Pretty good, I'd say. Bedding looks fine, you know. Sort of back to kind of Western bedding where it's quite thick. So I'm guessing the air conditioning does work. Back in sort of like Romania and stuff, it was very thin bed sheets, wasn't it? Yeah, like very summer ones. Just a sheet, yeah, because literally it's so hot. Although it did have good air conditioning there, so. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, so we're here. We're now just working out whether we're going to go and see if we can find out where we are in Hanover and what we can see, whether we can get some dinner or something tonight, have a look around. We've got a full day here tomorrow, staying again in this place tomorrow night, and then we're heading off on Saturday morning. So yeah, so we're just going to make the most of a little bit of a rest, really.